business, fellas. Look here.
Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Troy Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the Power Band, this is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, Kevin, along with my faithful companions on this journey through the stars, Head in a Jar Higo, and Orange Sassy, Chad.
The squirreliest. What's going on?
Welcome to the show, folks. This week we are tackling the 2023 possible future classic, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, directed by James Gunn. Starring all the usual players, let's start the show.
Potentially the conclusion of the Guardians movies. Hopefully not.
Potentially, yes. Hopefully not.
I mean, there's a pretty big gap between the second and third one, but
there is.
High level, for me, I think I enjoyed the movie watching it. I ended up watching it in like Dolby fucking high definition where you can see up everybody's noses and see all their boogers, and it was like,
oh man, yeah,
it really took away from the experience for me, just in the sense that it was like a bit too weird looking, but that's kind of my hang up, not really the movie's fault.
No, that's my hang up too. I have the same problem.
But like that aside, like I dug it a lot. I think it fits with a lot of conversations we've had over the years about the comic book stuff where like we're just asking people to try something different. And while it was obviously a superhero film, I think like the story here was trying something different, you know? It was kind of an interesting and unique approach with the whole kind of animal stuff and, you know, animal testing stuff. I think it was a solid send-off, quote unquote, even if they do make more of them, just in the sense that like, I mean, it was definitely better than some of the other third-parters recently. So overall, it was pretty solid, man. And I think I need to rewatch it a couple times over the next, you know, year or two. And I think your maybe a future classic fits. And yeah, it's pretty good.
I like it.
This is how you land the plane. I thought they did a really good job.
Nice.
You know, there may be more. I don't know. But the story of this team is over, obviously. So, yeah. I saw it in the theater. I've
Nice.
seen it at home.
Oh, nice.
You know, I love this this series. It's great.
How was it in the theater?
It was a movie.
No, I just mean compared to at home, you know, like I imagine it would have been pretty good on the big screen.
Honestly, I prefer watching shit at home.
Yeah, okay.
Wow. I would like to have seen this in the theater. It's got you know, I don't know. I think this would be good to see in the theater just
Sure.
because it's the theater. That said, I agree with both of you. Like, you know, good way to land the plane. We'll see what happens. Great space adventure, man. You know, like this is the most space adventure we get in Marvel is Guardians of the Galaxy, dude.
Yeah.
And this did not disappoint in the space adventure category. It was great. And, you know, just ships, locations, just fucking tons of creatures, man. Just all about the creatures, dude.
Totally.
And some cool rocket backstory. We got Babs Dill Pickle. I mean, what's not to like, dude, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm down, dude. This is great. It was good.
If you had told me going in that Babs Dill Pickle is going to die, I probably would have refused to watch it, though. I'm pretty heartbroken about that whole thing.
Yeah, I am too, man. I mean, it's Babs Dill Pickle, but, you know, taking one for the team. I appreciate that.
Barbara Dillbeck.
She's
That's
great.
right, man.
It's kind of a bit of a nothing burger of a character, but
What the fuck is her actual name, though?
Yeah, I
I think
can't
it's
remember.
Barbara Dillbeck. Isn't it Barbara
No,
Dillbeck?
it's Elizabeth
No, it's
Debicki.
not.
It's Elizabeth
There you go.
Debicki.
Thank you.
I love how I
woman, like, she's
convinced
been in,
myself
you
it's
know,
Barbara Dillbeck.
Several movies that we've covered, and we never have anything to call her but fucking Babs Dillbeck,
Babs Dill Pickle.
Yeah, that's true, man.
which is not even close to her actual fucking name.
I love it.
Liz Debicki. Okay.
She's great, man. She's great.
from
Tenet.
Tenet. That's where we
Yeah.
first saw her. No, well, we first
Wow.
technically saw her in GOG, but
It's from that's
she
where
came,
Baz
she came
Dill
to
Pickle came from.
prominence. Yeah, in Tenet.
Oh, that's so funny. How did you feel, Kev? You've mentioned over the course of many conversation that you're kind of comedy fatigued. How did the comedy and the pratfalls in this one hold up for you?
I mean, I don't know. This one, I've always felt these movies, the comedy was,
The point?
I don't know. It either worked better or it was somehow slightly different. I don't know what the differentiation is, man. It's like these Guardians is so weird anyway, you know, that there's like, that was the tone that was set and there was more of it, I feel like, you know, like
Yeah.
sometimes when it's like, you know, these, and I think, or let me just collect myself here.
Let me just pause for a moment.
When I watch these other films like Captain America, you know, like I expected him to be a certain way and these other characters to be a certain way in a more of a heroic sense. And I feel like Guardians is like, yeah, they're heroes, but they're kind of like a bunch of ragtaggy fuck ups too.
Yeah,
And
misfits.
so it lends itself well to that, you know. It's also like a super bizarre cast of characters, man. It's like a talking raccoon and like a tree creature, you know, and Drax and like, I don't know. It just, there's something different about it. You know what I mean? And it's like the way James Gunn directs it and it's written and all that. Like, I don't know. Maybe it is just more excusable. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't bother me. I love the humor in these, man.
Yeah, sure.
You know, Drax talking about his turds. It's like, it's funny, dude.
Yeah, man. I think the Drax Mantis thing, I'm definitely digging. They're just such hilarious buddies.
Great combo.
That
So yeah, that's what I think about that.
that scene where she makes the security guard fall in love with Drax. I just love the way Bautista plays
Yes.
it too. He's just like, oh, motherfucker, you know, it's so dumb, but I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's good.
Overall, they landed it, dude. I like it. I like that we're all on the same motorcycle here.
Yeah.
It's a pretty risky move. Quote unquote, the whole animal testing angle. Like, I'm glad that all of this boring vanilla studio execs allowed for such a topic, because normally you think they'd shut that shit down, especially considering how saccharine Disney is, you know. So, because it was really cool to see it surrounding Rocket.
Yeah.
It just actually added like some real, maybe not stakes to it, but like the whole animal kind of testing story and Rocket just like really elevated the baddie in this one way more than just your normal bullshit baddie that's like grumpy for no fucking reason whatsoever, you know?
Yes, I do. I mean, it wasn't, I don't know. I mean, I guess it is animal testing, but it's got such a different, it's got quite a coat of paint on it
Oh,
to
totally.
differentiate it, you know, sort of enough that I could see somebody missing that altogether.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
But I like that angle too. You know, it's, you know, you feel for the creatures, man. I can't believe I'm saying that, but like, you know, I was like feeling for some of those creatures, you know, and they're all like hanging out in the, you know, when he's having the flashbacks and they're all hanging out, you're just kind of like, man, cute little guys.
Big-eyed little dudes.
You know? Yeah, it's cute little guys. And they're getting all fucked up, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good angle. I mean, I didn't really think about it all that much until you brought it up, and now I'm thinking about it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What else? How do you guys want to? How should we do this?
I don't know. I was thinking just now, like, thoughts on the High Evolutionary, just considering it kind of fits with that kind of piece of the story. I love the dude that played him, man. I haven't really seen that guy in other stuff. Chuck Woody?
Yeah, I don't know.
Iwuji? Kenyan
What's his
dude?
name?
I think he is.
Iwuji?
Chuck Woody Iwuji.
Chuck Iwuji?
Close enough. Dill Pickle.
Sure. Dill Pickle. Yeah, that guy was really intense. And, you know, good character, good freaking, definitely a supervillain, great supervillain vibe going on, you know?
Yeah. Thinks
And,
he's
you know, he's-
doing good shit, but he's just fucking Space Hitler.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely Space Hitler.
Yeah, definitely Space Hitler. That's very, very Rain Man of you.
Yeah, definitely Space Hitler. But that's, I guess to be sort of expected, kind of. It's like, you got to have some kind of Space Hitler-y supervillain going on.
He's one of the better Space Hitlers, though, I would say.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good.
I would say he reminds me, not in a character sense, but he reminds me of Constantine, the Satan in Constantine. Like, it's a smaller part, but it really, like, is a home run in the context of the story. And I feel like the High Evolutionary is a home run in the context of the story.
Yes, he is a very tolerable and somewhat likable
Hateable
Space
guy.
Hitler villain.
Somewhat
Yeah,
likable,
no, he
hateable
is.
guy.
Well, there's villains that you see that you're just like, oh, this guy's a freaking douche, and that's great because that's what he's trying to portray. But then there's other ones where you're just like, yeah, I kind of like him. He's douchey, but I kind of like him.
Other than the genocide, I kind of like him.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I guess he was in John Wick, Chapter 2, but I'm not sure. Akoni? Maybe he's one of the dudes in the hotel or some shit.
I have no idea.
Maybe
I know him from Peacemaker.
Oh, yeah, I
he
still
was
haven't
in
seen that shit, man.
Who
Was he
was
good
he
in
in
that?
Peacemaker?
Clemson Mern?
Yeah, he's sort of like the guy that gets the team. Like, there's like a sort of government agency that gets a team together.
Ah,
He's
okay.
sort of like the leader of it.
Sweet.
Mm.
Memory serves,
I've got to watch that, man.
but he was good. Yeah, you have to watch that.
I really do. I just have so little fucking time. I'm really, really
I know.
pumped to check it out.
Bodias.
The Bodias.
Christ's sakes.
I do need to watch that. I need to finish watching Titans because I was really into that.
Teen
And then
Titans.
and then I'll
Go?
not Teen Titans Go, dude. Titans. It's just Titans.
I need to finish watching Teen Titans Go.
Okay, Ben, fine. It's Teen Titans, but they're not teens. Some of them are. I mean, whatever. It was good. It was really good.
I love it.
And then I think Peacemaker, yeah, for sure. My just as a quick aside, my buddy Caleb there, he said Foundation on Apple TV is so good. He's really, really into it, man.
Sweet.
But he also, dude, for no reason in particular, man, today he was like, oh, I just sent you this email. He's like, but you got to call me when you're opening the email. And I was like, what could this possibly be? So he went on cameo.com
Yeah.
and he got the Cooksey himself, dude. Danny Cooksey, who's fucking with John Connor in the fucking You're Not My Dad, Todd scene of Terminator 2. He got him to send me a personal message, dude.
That's fucking great.
He told him some stuff and he was like, he's like, hey, this is Danny Cooksey. I'm giving you a personal message. He doesn't look anything like you would imagine. And he was like, I hear you do this podcast. In this episode, everybody dies, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to have to check that out. So we might get a Danny Cooksey as a listener, dude, which I thought was pretty cool.
Dude, we love you, Danny.
Right?
That's fucking hilarious, man.
I've been saying You're Not My Dad, Todd, all the time. And now the kids thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Now they say it all the time. And
I love
then
it.
I actually watched the clip from YouTube,
And he doesn't
and he
say
doesn't
that at
say
all.
he doesn't say that at all. He goes, "She's not my mother, Todd."
Yeah.
So anyway, all right,
We made it our own. It's all good.
yeah, cul-de-sac over. I thought that was a cool bit of lore.
Shout out to the cooks. I love it.
Yeah, I'll forward the email to you guys so you can read
All
it.
right,
Just listen to it
sick.
rather. It's
I
like a
love
little
it.
video message that he recorded on his phone.
It's great.
I don't remember how I got on that. Anyway, back to Guardians of the Galaxy 3. How do we want to go? You want to go like just talk about the cast, or what do you guys?
I don't
wanna do?
know, man. I mean, episode 3 was Guardians. Was our Guardians show. It's been a long.
I was
fucking
trying
time.
I was trying to remember that today. That was episode 3.
Episode 3 was us doing Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Yep.
Oh my
Ugh.
god, dude! Wow, that's a long time ago, man.
In a galaxy far, far away, dude. That was March 2019.
Holy shit! Wowzers!
Why would we do 1 and 2?
I don't know.
Yeah, why would we do that? That is
It's
so
a stupid
dumb.
idea, so it must have been mine.
That way, if we were ever to do any kind of like revisit or flashback type of situation, that would be one that would be worth doing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And by that, I mean just doing one or the other one, you know?
Yeah.
definitely.
Part of me wanted to watch the other two again, kind of prepping for the show, but I'm kind of glad I didn't. I kind of like experiencing this new one on its own, and then like the memory of 1 and 2 kind of being there instead of me being like, well, actually, 2's better than it was the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
Because the series has really grown on me a lot. Like in 2019, when we talked about this, I mentioned that like the first time I saw the first Guardians, I wasn't into it, which is because I was too fucking dumb to pick up what they were putting down, So like the series is like,
yeah,
I would say at this stage, just because of how fucking tired I am of MCU, like these 3 movies are probably the best of all of the MCU.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Like I just as the MCU ages, all of it just continues to just get lower and lower in my esteem. Like it's fine, whatever,
Yes.
It has its place, but these are definitely the cream of the crop in terms of creative, and they don't really give any fucks, and they don't seem to be super beholden to the studio as much as some of the other ones. But I don't know.
No, I think I kind of agree with you. I think these at the very least are the ones I'm the most interested to see out of what's left. Like
Yeah.
I liked Doctor Strange a lot. I wasn't super wowed by the second one. That was
Same with Ant-Man.
a little underwhelming. I kind of liked watching Doctor Strange more in Spider-Man No Way Home than I did in Multitude of Madness or
Sure.
Multiverse of whatever.
Multiverse of meh. The
Multiverse. There you go.
because like the first Ant-Man, I think, is similar in comedic flavor and kind of maybe not uniqueness, but like it kind of is quirky in a way that a lot of the other ones are super vanilla. But like this trilogy is just rock fucking solid.
Yeah.
Now that it's wrapped up,
Right.
and it's interesting. They said Star-Lord's coming back or whatever, but I don't know. Just I would like to treat this as a trilogy that like Wick. It's a good place to step away,
Land it.
and hopefully they do for a bit.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully they will.
I'm totally down for the the new lineup with
Sure.
and then apparently Star Wars is coming back. I don't know why, but okay. He's got to mow the lawn with his grandfather or something. I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, it'd be cool to see your Gramps, but then if you're just like hanging out every day listening to him tell old fucking stories of The Office or some shit, you'd be like, I just want to go back out into space and bang orange chicks and shoot aliens.
They got a lot to catch up on, but
I mean, he's smashing some cereal, so like props with pops.
Well, he's also like, he's half of Kurt Willis, so he's got sort of latent godlike powers that were hinted at in the second one. So maybe that's part of it. Who knows?
I was so confused for a minute there, but yes, he is half of Kurt Willis's godlike.
Right?
Yeah. I kind of like that they didn't go fucking Captain Marvel with him, though, and have him have all like fucking laser beam eyes and shit. I like that. I kind of like the Batmaniness of him just being like a normal person and not a super person.
I agree. I don't know if Batman's the right comparison.
No, I mean, he's like
yeah.
Batman is one of the few humans in the super universe as opposed to like a super powered person, despite the billionaire shit, Like I if the whole God Planet shit is canon, like I like they didn't really lean into it too much.
Yeah.
I like that it was just daddy issues instead of superpowers.
Agree.
What did you guys think of the Quill Gamora shit throughout this? I was very curious how they were going to handle it, and I thought they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job too.
I'm glad they didn't end up a couple at the end, like they would in any other Hollywood movie.
I like that they just didn't really talk about it a whole lot. They just kind of were like, it was a couple of conversations, and it was like, all right, let's get back to the main story here.
Yeah, other than the spacesuit, space hog thing. What button did you push? Blue?
I like that it was contained.
Blue is for red, and orange is for green, and green is for... Makes sense. It's funny. I love Mantis, man. She's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I really was kind of like mad on her when she came around in the second one, but like through the various appearances in the other movies and then in this one, I'm like, I'm totally down with her now.
Yeah, dude. Cool.
She fits in well, you know.
Her and Drax are fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah, they are, man. And she fits in with the group of weirdos, you know.
No doubt.
She's good like that.
It's a little bit of a shame to not have Rocket as present. I mean, for obvious reasons, but like he's such a staple of the other ones.
Wait, back that up. Say that again.
I said it was a bit of a shame that Rocket kind of wasn't really around much in this for obvious reasons. You know, he's usually such a presence in the movies.
Yes.
I mean, he comes good in the end, I suppose, in terms of being there, but
Sure.
Despite that, this whole one is more or less about Rocket.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Rocket centric.
Majorly. Yeah.
I mean, you get, he's not in the current happenings, but you get his backstory, which is great.
Yeah. And, it's one of the more interesting origin stories. Considering.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Like little tiny, baby Rocket was just broke my heart.
No doubt. No doubt.
It's
Yeah.
just like, oh my God, cute overload.
Yeah, Baby Rocket was pretty awesome.
Can't. Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, it's a quirky concept too, man. I mean, I when I was younger and I used to see these Guardians of the Galaxy, comic book covers. I never read any of them because I would look at the cover and I was just like a raccoon dude with a gun. I was like, oh, that's so dumb, dude. I want to see freaking people like Captain America kicking ass, dude.
Raccoon with a gun, that's fucking dumb. Where's the latest issue of Howard the Duck?
Yeah, right. Exactly, man. But I think, I like how it's kind of a quirky story. It's like weirdo RoboCop faced dude
who's super jealous. I like Rocket's like, yeah, if you just turn that valve, man, it'll sort your problem out. And he's, how did you know? Calm down, dude.
I don't know. It's a quirky concept. I like it. Turns a raccoon into a super intelligent being. It's great.
Yeah. I like the 6 hours of movie into it. Everyone calls him a raccoon and he's like, I'm not a fucking raccoon. And then at the end, it turns out he is. It's the longest punchline ever. It's fucking silly. There's a lot of silly shit in this that was, quite fun.
Yeah.
Maybe to whiplash into a different direction. The Nathan Filoni's fat guy sumo 6-pack skin costumes that the security guards wore was so great.
Yeah, let's talk about that. No, it's Nathan Fillion.
Is that what I said?
That's what I just said.
You said Filoni.
Oh, sorry, that's my bad. That's a death.
That is a death.
That's
Crossing him with Dave Filoni.
Yeah,
that's the dude from who, Ben?
Clone Wars and Mando and all the new Star Wars shit.
Yeah, right, exactly. Nathan Filoni.
I love it.
Suit made of baloney.
Baloney
if Nathan
Filoni.
Fillion and Dave Filoni had a love child,
Be a fucking nerd.
that would be Nathan Filoni.
Yeah.
Some kind of super nerd.
I kind of feel like James Gunn was like, yo, Fillion, I want you to be in all 3 of the movies. You're going to be a security guard. And he's like, oh, yeah, sick. And then he shows up on set and he's like, I made you a stupid costume. And it takes 12 hours to get in. Just to fuck with him, It's really funny, dude.
Let's go back to those weird muscle-looking suits and how everything in that place they went, that corporation or whatever, was made out of meat, dude.
It's so cool. It was such
control
awesome
consoles
sci-fi.
And yeah, right. It was, wasn't it? It was kind of okay, here's something cool and different, dude.
No
Everything's
doubt.
made out of meat. And even when they pulled the file on Rocket, it was this weird little orb that just kind of got barfed out of the wall, and then it kind of rolled slowly down the wall. It was really, really cool. That's the kind of stuff that's been sorely missing from science fiction.
Yeah.
It's stuff that makes you be like, wow, what does that do? What is that? What is all this shit,
Yeah, it's a weird and great sequence.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You kind of get some old school Star-Lord, too, where he's hitting on the girl and Gamora's like, fuck off, and just slams her head on the table and points a gun at her. And then a little bit later on, does manage to convince her to unlock the system. And he's like, I'm just going to turn on everyone's space fucking jets or whatever. I'm not that stupid.
Or when he says to Groot, well, just kill everybody. Now kill everybody.
Yeah,
it was good.
It had a lot going for it.
Yeah, and a lot of heart, too, man.
A lot of sass.
And Stallone.
I don't know. I still think Stallone's King Shark is his better.
I agree.
his better comic booky
I agree.
character.
I was thinking about King Shark today, dude, because I was like, oh yeah. I had a bit of a fragmented watch. I definitely set a new record for watching TV in my car while driving for this movie, man.
Jesus
I was like,
Christ.
oh shit. I was on vacation all week and then I forgot, like, I was like, oh yeah, Guardians 3. And then I was like, oh yeah, I got a couple of days. And then I was like, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh wait, I don't have a couple of days. I don't have any days. I got to get this done.
Get in the car.
Let's get in the car.
Daddy's gonna watch a movie.
Yeah, seriously. No, I did. I was watching on the way to work and then I had to like transit a couple of cars during work. I was watching the whole time in both those runs.
How do you actually do that? Like, what? How do you have like a fucking clip that you like clip your phone into the vent and you just stare at it, trying not to kill everyone on the road? Like, how do you actually do this?
I just kind of wing it. It's like a fragmented watch. That's really the key to the whole thing. It's like I got to watch the road, Chad. So
Yeah, it's very safety third, bud.
I'm kind of it's safety third, but I'm glancing down at the screen and
Okay.
just and following along with what's going on. It's definitely not optimal situation. But, yeah.
It's not even in the same fucking universe as Optimal. I never put two and two together, but sometimes Ben and I'll be like, yeah, you remember that scene where like Vader says, "I'm your father," and you're like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, the fucking scene. You're like, nah, can you explain that one to me? It's like, what were you doing, man? Did you watch the movie? And I think the answer is no. He was fucking merging lanes on the freeway.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah,
It's funny till it's not funny. It's funny until you just don't show up one day.
because I crashed
Just
from watching
fucking
the show,
crashed.
the movie. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Be safe out there, man.
I will.
Car, do the driving.
You want to talk creatures, man? I think we should talk creatures.
Yeah, we can talk creatures, man.
I dug the Bebop and Rocksteady kind of knockoffs. The like RoboCop-y fucking War Pig.
Oh yeah, right.
Right?
No, War Pig was sweet, man, and so was the other one. I love like when they landed, and like they walked out and those two were there. I was like, dude, that is some good creatures, man. And
Dude, yeah,
not
totally.
only did we get good creatures, we got good mutated cyborg creatures, man, which
Yeah,
is
dude.
even better in some respects.
Very cyberpunky, but not really. Kind
Entirely.
of.
Nowhere near as cool as Carrot Guy.
The
Dude, the carrot guy was
Carrot guy was
awesome,
great.
man.
It's the stupidest joke, but it landed so well.
I love it. We even got an appearance by either Howard the Duck or a Howard the Duck, comrade.
No, it was Howard. Seth Green.
Was it really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Seth Green.
Well,
Nice.
I mean, Howard the Duck is from that same Earth.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
the Counter Earth? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
Speak-
believe so.
Speaking of nerding out like a motherfucker, I saw that the
Oh, do it.
the Ravager that was like, I don't know, fucking whatever, squid face or some shit that had the little emojis floating over its head is the Sorcerer Supreme in the world that it comes from, which I thought was kind of cool. So because like when the Ravagers come on board,
What?
they have the kind of portals that Doctor Strange throws out.
Really?
Yeah,
I
that was
didn't
kind of a
catch
cool
that.
little nug.
The
Nerd
floating head guy.
nuglet. Nah, there was
Wait,
like
but-
a kind of like a amphibian or aqualine kind of orangey kind of weird creature. I don't know.
I love listening to you do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like
If I had known we were going to be so detail oriented, I would
I
have
would
watched
have
it
taken
again
some
ahead of the show.
notes.
I mean, I've seen it. Well, I've seen it twice in like the past 2 months. So
Yeah.
it's not like it's not that fresh. But
Fair.
I didn't know we were going to get so deep into the weeds.
No, it was just a random nuglet I read that I thought was interesting because I remember seeing the Ravagers come on board and I was like, are those fucking Doctor Strange magic portals? What the fuck? There you go. I love me some Ravagers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, you don't like Stallone as a Ravager?
I do like Stallone as a Ravager. I think he's great as a Ravager. I don't know. I just found King Shark so much more charming. But yeah, Stallone as a Ravager's fine. I really wish it was a young Stallone, not a digitally de-aged Stallone, but I wish like we could go back in time and pull like Stallone in his prime. He'd be a fucking kick-ass Ravager.
I don't know. I think the older Stallone works better as a Ravager.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't. It's not a matter of liking it more than King Shark. I don't know. Just somehow I just like the King Shark. I thought he's just even better as King Shark.
I mean, maybe
I don't
King
know
Shark's like a ton more. Maybe not a ton more, but like it feels like a lot more lines. Like he only gets a few lines in both of these Guardians movies, really.
That's true. And really in the King Shark too, man. It's not like he's talking all the time.
But I suppose Stallone in the end of Guardians 2 with the send off of Yondu is pretty solid. It was awesome seeing Yondu for a minute in this one too, dude. I just got some serious nostalgia seeing him for a moment.
It was.
Yeah.
I fucking love Yondu.
Same.
I'd love to see a Yondu prequel, even though like I'm not really into prequels.
Nor I, but yeah.
That's one better for the imagination probably than for reality.
Something about Rucker, dude. He's just got a unique voice and a unique way about him.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Kraglin picking up the mantle with the arrow was kind of cool too. Like him just being like really afraid in the beginning of the movie and then kind of coming good towards the end. I like that.
Yeah, finally pulling it together.
Yeah.
Sean Gunn's awesome.
He is great, dude. I like the Kraglin Cosmo pair up. That was cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love it. He's like, "You're a bad dog." The whole time, she's just like, "No,
what?
No, no, it's not true. Please say I'm not a bad dog."
And then they're playing space poker later, and they're like, "Dude, come on, man." He's like, "Well, she was a bad dog. What do you want me to say?"
Yeah.
And she's just like, "Oh, not again."
It's so silly. I don't know. I love how silly the comedy is sometimes. It's so good. I mean, Cosmo's a good addition.
Yeah. One of the reasons I'm kind of feeling positive about the new lineup.
Yeah, for sure. And Mega Groot.
You mean Swole Groot?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but I don't really get what you guys are saying about the new lineup. Like,
The post-credit scene.
I get. Oh, I didn't watch that.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't stay and watch the stinger?
There were two stingers. The second stinger involved cereal.
They didn't, Ben, because stingers.
There were two stingers.
Stingers are uncool, so I did not watch it.
You're uncool.
Well, I know that.
There's no doubt about it. I don't know, man. Not many people have Gary Cooksey fucking sending them emails.
I don't know, dude. You didn't watch the Stinger, bro.
I think I just said Gary Cooksey. Not a lot of people have Gary Busey sending Danny Cooksey an email.
And we just lost Danny Cooksey as a listener.
Sorry, Gary.
Yeah, sorry.
It's like I listened for like 10 minutes and you guys call me fucking Gary.
Stupid Chad.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
Ah, jeez. What else we got? That the fact they could fly that fucking giant godhead around was pretty cool. Nowhere.
That was sweet, man. Yes.
Talk about a fucking ship. It's a pretty cool base.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah!
Yeah, that's sweet.
And throw shit out there to see if it sticks. Adam Warlock? Thoughts on Adam Warlock?
I like that actor a lot.
Huh? Bandersnatch himself.
Bill Poulter.
Yeah, he's good. I like how much of a fucking Riri he was.
Yeah, I like the whole Born Yesterday thing.
Yeah,
you know.
toddler with superpowers kind of thing.
Exactly.
What did Babs Dillpickle say? She was just like, I don't know, convince him or something, and he just fucking melts the guy. Oh, that's great. They're interrogating the Ravager.
Yeah, he basically like burns his upper half
It's like ribs
into a smoldering fucking skeleton.
Looks like a fucking stale cracker dish at the end of it. Cav, are you watching the Stingers? Like, what happened? Are you driving now? Yeah.
No, I'm driving. Are there really two Stingers, dude?
Yeah? Are you watching them?
Yes.
Well, I said the one where he goes to the house and asks for his dad, and then
That's the
he's eating
last one.
cereal.
There's another one that's half. Is it the mid roll? Like halfway through.
I got it.
I like how you're actually doing. I was like, I wonder where Kev is. It's watching it.
Wait, who's?
So the new lineup is Cosmo, Groot, Rocket, Adam Warlock, and one of the little girls from the
Blonde children.
super being children that are like Joop Joop.
Oh, the Joop Joop kids, yeah. I love that Pete rocks his Zoom,
And
dude.
Adam Warlock's they have a conversation about what their favorite bands are, and Adam Warlock wisely chooses King Crimson and who the hell else? I don't remember. Fuck.
No, it's King Crimson. I thought it was just King Crimson.
Well, you're an expert in this thing or now? You just watched it?
Maybe it's just no Adrian Belew. He says Adrian Belew, who was in King Crimson in the 80s, and then King Crimson from that time period.
Love it.
Oh my good God.
Seriously swole group.
Which is one of my personal favorites.
No doubt. I love that little scene where, I don't know, they're all talking shit and Mantis is giving Drax a little pep talk. He's like, I think you're stupid, but you're sweet. He's like, you think I'm stupid? You know? And then he can speak the Jip Jip language. And no, you didn't ask. It's great, dude. He's such a fucking...
that was funny.
He's such a jackass, but I love him so much, dude. And they're totally right where it's like, yeah, he's meant to be a dad. Like I just love that he's just like the softest daddish destroyer in the world.
He has no idea what a monkey sounds like.
Stinger still going or something?
No, I'm done.
Me reading?
Nothing. Just listening.
Mm-hmm. It's an ejection, my friend.
All right. You win, Chad.
Fine.
What about Bleedle Snort?
Wait, who's Bleedle Snort?
Security guard?
Yeah, he's a security guard that falls in love with Drax.
Dude, I love that.
Yes.
Oh, what's your name?
Hey,
Drax.
what's your name?
Oh, that's a
I'm
wonderful
Bleedle
name.
Snort.
Maybe I'll see you later. Fuck, it's so good. His Mantis's power is so
my
great.
God.
It's like, you're a kitty. The security guard, meow. You want to dance.
I like it, but I like how she learned how to use it effectively, like in an actual fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that really got me going.
No doubt. But then still fucks around with Drax. The bit, I mean, this is bits and bobs territory, but when they're on fucking Bat Earth or whatever the fuck, and Drax is like, get on the motorcycle. Where are we going? He's like, just to the ship. He's like, right over there? He's like, yep. He gets on and fucking drives off. They're just such dumbasses. It's just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's what's great, man, and that's what makes this work and why the comedy works, you know?
Yeah.
Because of that, what you just said.
It only works with aliens, really, you know? All the Mary Poppins-y kind of shit.
No, this is what we got out of the gate with Guardians, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't know. I think going back to that somewhat beaten on conversation, I think, you know, when I'm watching Thor and some of these other things, it's like, you know, that's like serious shit. I want to see some serious shit.
Sure.
And when they're adding in those comedy bits, it's just kind of like, dude, shut up, man. Just get back to it. Dude, kick ass.
Mm.
I want to see it, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
I kind of sound like I'm 11, but whatever.
You sound like you're what? You're 11
You
from
are
Stranger
11.
I
Things?
kind of sound like I'm 11.
Oh, 11.
Saying that, but I don't really care.
You're one of the 9/11 deniers.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
You're one teen.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
That Bat World was cool, dude.
That's a
The
Louis
second
CK
Earth.
thing.
Another Earth or
Wait,
whatever.
you both of you just said something at the same time. Benny, what'd you say?
I was just saying that's another Louis C.K. thing.
Yes.
Love me
Indeed.
some
One of
Louis.
his daughters heard about the 9/11 deniers and thought that there were 9 people who denied that there was a number 11.
I love
I
it.
like that.
I'm an 11 denier.
That's great. That's along the same lines as like the historical
Like they're up on Capitol
documents.
Hill. Like it goes 9, 10, 12.
Kids.
Uh,
The what was the second Earth called? Like Earth fucking
Counter
Earth. There you go. That was just an awful lot of effort that I appreciate for, you know, another Earth with a whole bunch of different creatures, and they land, and they're the aliens. They come in peace. The Drax just fucking hits
Yeah.
the girl in the face with a basketball. I don't know. It's just so silly, but they spent so much time and money and effort on it, and it's great.
Yeah.
I love the wacky song that's playing when they go into the,
Oh, dude.
the
Yeah.
Bat family's house.
The song is very much like the wacky-ish kind of Asiatic music that was in Prospect I found in the girls' headphones. Remember that? Like Thai
Oh, yeah,
poppy
yeah.
music and stuff.
I think it's actually like from. I looked it up at some point, and like I think it was associated with the anime of some type.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a cool track.
I just like the wacky vibe that's going on when they walk into that house. It's perfect.
It's great, dude. Yeah.
Fucking Drax keeps trying to lay down on the couch. And they're like, dude, stop.
It's what it's
not
for.
polite.
Yeah, man. I don't know. What other bits and bobs we got? Red Sox.
Red Sox?
I thought when Quill went out at the end and like died in space that Gamora was going to save him like he saved Gamora. And I'm kind of glad it wasn't.
Yeah.
But that was cool.
But I like that Adam Warlock saved him.
Did it look cool? So what few scenes did you actually see, Kev?
Wait, what?
You were driving the rest of the time.
What scenes did I actually see? What do
Yeah,
you
like
mean?
when you glance down, like what scenes what scenes were you watching?
Well, it's not that I'm missing anything. I'm just,
I'm just
I
not
get the
watching
gist of it. Well, no, I'm watching it. I'm just not watching it.
it. My eyes aren't looking at it, but like I get it. I heard it.
I can't recall. It was very sunny this morning, so the sun was really the glare
in your
was
eyes,
really
couldn't see.
No, it was banging off the screen. So I was like,
Okay.
God damn it, dude. I couldn't see. One of my minor gripes about this Pixel 7 phone is that it's not, the display is not super bright. I have to turn the brightness up quite a bit.
One of
to
my
get it to-
complaints about my Pixel 7 phone is it's not a home cinema.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
So that said, go.
Not the optimal viewing place or time.
Yeah, definitely
I love
not that either.
I'd
but
really
thank
like to see this one in the theater, but instead I watched it on my Zune.
Still trying to answer your original question. It was very sunny this morning, and the glare was banging off the screen, and I couldn't really see
Right.
some of the what was
Love it.
going on. I had my earpiece in, and I could hear it.
You know, if there's one thing Danny Cooksey will be impressed by, it's how much of a cinemaphile you are. I was driving to work, watching on my Pixel 7.
Dude will do anything to watch a movie,
It's great.
right? Woo!
Well, maybe in 2 years we can redo this episode.
Right? After Kevin's watched it and the stingers. What other scenes do you guys dig?
Boy, that's a big question. There's a lot going on in this movie. It's also very long too.
It was long, yeah.
It's a solid 2.5.
Yeah, it's a lot of commuting.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna
Mhm.
check on that, Ace.
Anything jump out at you, Benny? Scene-wise? I'm trying to remember. I can't really remember.
I mean, all the stuff from Rocket's past,
Yeah.
sort of like
Yeah.
mutant cyborg Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas sort of thing going on.
Yeah.
There. It was just like super emotional and just
They name themselves.
like when they first like do surgery on him and they dump him in the cage and he's like hurts,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like it was hard to watch, but like also it made Rocket all the more endearing, even though he's already quite endearing.
Sure.
That whole part I thought was great. Somebody else go. I think.
You don't normally encounter, in my opinion, you don't really encounter the idea of that like level of downtroddenness, and how none of the material shit matters and that it's the friends that matter, which I really feel like those flashback scenes hammered home.
Absolutely.
The importance of the family stuff that has been a theme throughout the movies, but this one is really about that, I think it's really a fantastic piece of the foundation of this film. Because it really is sometimes you encounter people that have had like horrible upbringings, and it's the relationships in the family and the friend shit that really, if they're fortunate enough to find their people, that is more valuable than all the bullshit. And I like that you can convey that with fucking cyborg alien animals, like it's a tricky thing to do, and they really pulled it off.
I mean it all hit home really hard. From all of it up to when he's like on death's door and he sees his little otter buddy there, and she's like, all right, it's not your turn yet, and then he comes back. But I mean, even the way they handled, like, to get back to Quill and Gamora, like the way they sort of handled that, like, in the end,
Yeah.
she's sort of like, oh, I bet we were fun, you know, and they're sort of like back to back. It's almost sort of like this moment from an anime or something, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you have no idea. But
Yeah.
even that, like, they pull together in a way that's like satisfying without having them become an issue, you know.
Totally. And the fact
Without
that
having them become a couple again.
totally, and like Quill like accepts her for who she is as this different Gamora too, I think was really important. Which she's like,
Yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
that person. He's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, it's okay. You know, like you're good too. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And like even her leaving and going back to the Ravagers, and they're all like, you know, woo,
Yeah.
we're so happy to be back together again.
Yeah,
Like,
she's with her family.
you know.
I don't know. She's such a hard ass that I just love that a fucking jackass like Quill can soften her up a little bit. It's just and yeah, it's great. And I think it really like that is kind of whether it's romantic or not. Like that is what relationships are. It's kind of like you have these subtle influences on the people that you spend a lot of time with, and it can be really for the better, you know. And I love that in this case, you know, there's so much focus on kind of family and like your found family, you know. It's great. It's a little heartbreaking when the band breaks up in the end there, but it's a little bittersweet, you know.
Yeah, it is, but it's good, you know.
Yeah,
it felt right.
Yes.
I mean, it fits with the nothing lasts forever kind of idea, which you know, it's just the way it is. You take it when you got it, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean that and Guardians lends itself well to a rotating lineup, you know.
Sure.
And I think I like those.
It always has been. So
right, exactly. So you know, it's like I love groups that are like, you know, they're solid, and it's like just these two or these three or these five, and it's like that's what it always is, and that's great. And there's a lot to be said for that, you know. But it's also really cool when you have those groups that have like always a rotating lineup, you know, and you never know what it's going to be, and different, you know, sort of characters and heroes together can make for interesting and different combinations, man. So
sure,
that stuff is very cool. I mean, I'm sort of overstating the obvious, but
it's all right.
Yeah,
it's all right.
But, I mean, it felt like everybody had kind of like played out their arc, you know.
Yeah,
it seemed
in an organic way
to make sense. Yeah, it wasn't like it didn't seem hasty or
no,
you know, like everybody kind of, you know, grew in their own way and
healed a little bit too.
It made sense. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I hadn't really considered, I guess, the fact that they were all like somewhat broken misfits, and then by being together, they're kind of like healed over the broken bits and were just misfits at that stage. And like that's the good bit. Like they don't need to stop being misfits, but they're strong enough to kind of go out on their own or go and do the things they need to do, like Quill going to hang out with his grandpa or Mantis finding herself a bit more, and Drax kind of, you know, processing the loss of his family kind of stuff. And clearly with this one, Rocket processing the horror show of his, you know, youth. It's some heady shit for a comic book movie, and I think that's why it's such an excellent landing of the plane, you know? Like it is, for me at least, like it's trying something a little bit different, being a little bit more meaningful, and not just fucking pew pew bullshit superhero shit. So I fucking dug it, man.
Yeah, I definitely, you know, that's a really good point that you're bringing up, man. I think that there is a good amount of care taken with the writing and the characters and the script and the story and the dialogue, and that means a lot. That's, I think, what gives it its heart.
Yeah.
And I think it's the heart and the goofiness combined that make this such a great property. You know, this one in particular that exists within the MCU, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of what its killer combo is, you know? They don't forget the heart.
No doubt.
Yeah. I mean, all the goofy comedy, etc., it all does a lot to flesh these characters out, and that's why you care, right? Like you feel like you know these people. You've been with them for, you know, 3 movies plus, you know, giant chunks of you know, the Endgame, etc., you know. So
yeah.
I feel like I care more about these characters than I do any of the other ones.
Yeah. Pretty much. Like I definitely had some love for, you know, Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and
I was just going to say that.
I have love for those key characters, but it's a different thing for sure. The GOG characters are just so much more, I don't know, 3-dimensional, relatable. I don't know.
I'm not, dissing Iron Man or
I know. Yeah.
What have you, Thor. I just feel like these characters were portrayed in a way that was relatable and you feel like you're part of that family. So,
Yeah.
anyways, more so than the other ones.
Yeah, I
like
totally agree.
And it's in those little like mundane sort of moments, of like them just hanging around in between shit and ragging on each other and withholding, eating the last Zarg nut, etc.
So great, dude. And even though, like, we haven't covered the music like we have with the other ones, but even just like the Zune and like, Rocket obviously having some trauma and some problems, and Quill being a drunk and be like, "Give my fucking music back," like, and all the music's in there.
Yeah,
like I love that whole thing.
I love that he uses a squircled up brown Zune.
Yeah, it's great. It's so funny.
I love it.
I know. I'm so glad I have one.
Yeah.
Dude, I am so glad I have
like,
my HD still.
The thing about you guys in the Zune, though, is that, like, you're not just that dickhead that sees the Zune in GOG and buys one because it's cool. Like, you guys are OG Zune heads, and I love that.
Damn right we are, dude. I still have mine. I carry it with me everywhere. It still has power.
Oh, no doubt.
It still has all my shit on it.
I used to love driving around with you, Benny, with your Zune, dude. We used to fucking cruise the work truck and fucking landscape houses or shit for Smeric.
Oh yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Yep. I actually fucking bought that thing back in the day. Literally the same one.
It's so great.
It's like brown, but it has like a weird sort of greenish transparent layer over it.
Yeah. Shit brown Zune.
I still got it.
A classic.
Still works. I don't use it every day, but I kind of keep it more as a, collectible piece.
No doubt.
I had a little mini 8 gig one, and then I had the HD as well. And I lost my 10 gig HD, and then I bought a 30 gig HD, and I still have that.
Do they still make them?
No.
I wouldn't have thought so.
You can find them on Amazon.
Yeah, I bet.
Mine's in pretty good shape. I had screen protectors for it, so it's in pretty good
You
condition.
had pocket protectors for it, you fucking nerd.
You damn right I did. Proud as hell.
Word, dudes.
I just remember being super psyched because I had I had uploaded a bunch of like vents to it to watch on the airplane while I was like
totally
traveling down to visit my buddy Miguel in the Dominican Republic. I just remember sitting on the airplane like nobody else is doing this right now,
Yeah,
totally, dude.
That's great, dude. I love it.
Ahead of its time.
I agree. Yeah,
it was ugly as fucking sin, but it was ahead of its time.
It was great. That's part of its charm. I fucking just love that it's
totally
worked
why
into the
I bought
lore
it. I
of
was
this,
like,
man.
Oh, that's terrible. I have to get that one.
I must have a ship brown Zune.
It must be. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's such an excellent example of little details in this series that are just so fucking great.
Yeah. Agreed.
What did you guys think of the final Groot line? I didn't quite pick up what they were putting down there, and
I don't know. I do not know what you mean.
Well, he doesn't say I am Groot.
Well, what does he say?
He says I love you guys.
No, what, in the desert when they're about to fight all those sheep creatures?
He must have been merging.
Wow,
no, in the final conversation where they make Rocket the leader, and they're all like, "All right, we're gonna go and do other things and separate and go our separate ways." Groot says, "I love you guys."
Shit.
I love you guys.
So
Nice,
yeah, I mean, Kev didn't fucking see it. So what did you think?
No, I missed it. So the deal with
Danny
that
Cooksey
is,
saw it.
I hope Danny Cooksey saw it.
I hope he did too, man.
So the deal with that is, according to James Gunn, is that you have finally understood Groot.
Yeah, I didn't get it at the time. I was a little bit like, what the fuck about it? But once I read that, I was like, oh, yeah. I like the idea that, like, the hint is that since no one reacts to him saying that, he didn't say that. He said, I am Groot. But yeah, you understand. I like that. I didn't get it in the moment, though.
I mean, every time he says I am Groot, it means something else, and
Something
everybody
else.
else seems to understand him, right? So, like, they're not hearing I am Groot anymore. They're hearing what he's actually saying. And so James Gunn was like, okay, well, at the end of these 3 movies, the last thing Groot says, like, you're going to understand finally. You know? It's finally clicking for you.
Yeah. And I'm kind of, I mean, I'm not bummed, but like I'm bummed I didn't pick it up in the moment. But I appreciate the idea now that I know what it is.
Yeah, but to be fair, when I didn't either, you know. So the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, it's cute, I guess, but it's kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I think it was I think Brian actually was like, no, dude, it's this, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
I loaded up my black market laptop to get into Reddit, which I've been banned in 7 accounts, and I read this thing. Let me tell you about it. Okay. All right, buddy.
Yeah, baby.
Love it. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. I mean, I didn't get it at the time, but it's I love it.
Wow.
The I love you, man. I feel like you get an I love you, man at the end of this movie. You're like, I love you, man, to the whole series.
Yeah, that's like you saying it to everybody.
No, but I'm saying it back to the series. I feel like the feeling that I get at the end of this conversation in particular is just like, I love this fucking thing. I love you, man. You know, it's a great series.
Totally.
I was digging it before we talked about it, but now that we've talked about it, I'm digging it even more.
Groovy, baby.
Groovy. Anything else? Nuggets, deaths, ratings?
Dude,
go. What you got, Ben?
The fight scene where, like after...
Yes.
Oh, the Beastie Boys one?
Yes, exactly.
That was a great one.
Minus the Beastie Boys. Not that I hate the Beastie Boys. I'm just, like, burnt on seeing their music used in these scenarios.
Sure. I dug it in this case, but I get you. Yeah.
But that fight scene was excellent. Like,
that was pretty sick.
Just one thing flowing to the next. It was fucking super cool.
Yeah, that was super cool. Good call. There was one that when we were talking about all the heartfelt stuff, this didn't really fit in terms of bringing up the topic, but the scene with where Quill and Gamora are kind of arguing, and then Nebula's in the room, and Gamora's like, it sounds like her. And then Quill like kind of gets eyes for Nebula. And she's like, what? Shut the fuck up. She's like, you've got really nice black eyes. Like, I was tortured.
How black your eyes were.
But they're really pretty. So
father gave me those eyes as a punishment.
I was tortured by my father.
Yeah, she was funny in this one. Like, I love that she was sort of became like the mother hen of the crew, you know, like.
Yeah,
trying to like keep everything together.
She's kind of, maybe this is a bit of a disservice, but she's kind of got like Scarlett Johansson Black Widow vibes, where she's just like straight laced bullshit in the beginning, and then by the end of all of the movies, she's like really softened up and kind of has found a family and stuff. Like, I don't know, Nebula's such a hard ass shithead, and I just like that she's still kind of a shithead,
but I love her, man.
She's great. Like, even the scene where they're playing paper football, her and Iron Man on the abandoned ship, you know, it's just like, some silly shit. She's just such a silly character in terms of like, she shouldn't be fun or funny or likable in any way, but like is, and it's great. She did a great job.
She did a really great job.
Yeah.
Nugs.
Sean Gunn did some of the voice for Young Rocket, which I thought was interesting. Not all of, but some of.
He also did mocap for Rocket back in the original kind
of.
Really? I thought it was James Gunn.
Yeah, I don't think he
Rocket voice.
Oh, maybe you're right. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, Sean Gunn did the mocap for Young Rocket, and he's always done the mocap for Rocket.
Okay.
But the voice of I thought the voice of Young Rocket was actually James Gunn.
No, I'm looking at all the credits here.
He did it, and they were looking for somebody else to do it, and they ended up just keeping it.
Yeah, right.
I could be wrong, but
he did. He was Lambshank, which I presume Lambshank is the other person to Warpig. Maybe Lambshank was that really hideously deformed creature that gets freed from the jail at the end.
Maybe.
Oh, right. It was him. It was him. Anyways, speaking of Warpig voiced by Judy Greer.
Yeah, I saw that, dude.
I was
It's so
You
great.
son of a bitch. I was going to totally snipe my
Sniped.
nug, dude.
Love it.
Sniped, you son of a bitch.
Cheryl Tunt.
All right, I'll drop my only other one now before it gets sniped. Linda Cardellini as the little otter creature.
Oh, yeah, dude. I love me some Cardellini.
Same here.
I'm going to buy her a snake.
Yeah, just like a cobra to go around the neck.
Sure. Yeah, around the neck.
Really?
That was good. Yeah, that was sweet, dude. I was digging that. Judy Greer, dude, man. I love her from Archer, bro. Holy shit, she's so funny.
No doubt.
What else? Nuggets. I don't really have any. I didn't really dig into the nugget repository on IM. Take the fun out of it.
I saw, take the fun. I saw a good one that's kind of
Taking the
random,
fun out of
but
nuggets.
Karen Gillan accidentally scheduled a couples therapy session on a day she was shooting a scene and evidently sat the whole session in full Nebula makeup, which I think is kind of funny.
That's pretty cool.
Very personal
cool.
and yeah, very funny.
Very personal. Yeah, super personal. Thanks for dumping out your purse. What else? Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, I could dig up some nuggets, but I don't really want to do that.
I would just like to officially shout out the use of a Space Hog song.
Yes.
I am such a huge Space Hog fan. I was so delighted when it came on. There's a delightful death for you.
That
is a
prompted me
delightful
to pick that as a
Piece of
cover
shit.
for the cover band that I'm in.
Oh, fuck yeah, dog.
Nice.
And we now
Dude.
play it.
Which one in the meantime? Dude, yeah. There's so many good songs on that album. I fucking love that album. Yeah, that's all for Nuggets for me, dude.
Good.
Deaths. I just snuck in under the door with that delightful death.
You really did, Chad. It makes me question whether it was genuine or
It was.
not.
It was. I promise you, it was genuine.
I've already ruled it to be legit. Not a ton, but not bad. Last week was pretty excellent. We had some good showing with deaths. And this week we had the Nathan Filoni death,
That was good.
which I really liked a lot. Yes. And then I ejected on Stingers, and then I ejected on Guardians in general, and then Chad. I mislabeled that. That's a death. Chad had the Indiana Jones right under the door. Delightful death there 2 seconds ago.
And I mean, you missed the I love you guys Groot scene from the movie. That should probably be a death. Like you didn't actually watch the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fine. I'll give it.
Good old baloney suit Filoni.
Baloney Filoni.
I also had a mislabeling the death's death.
That's very meta.
Ooh, that's a big King Home of the Whopper death, dude.
There you go.
The Big King.
Well, Rady McRate face then.
Wait, what?
What? Ratings. Rady McRate face.
Oh, ratings.
Bodie McBoatface.
Bodie McBoatface.
What? Somebody. All right, somebody go. Who? Ben, go first this time.
Okay. What, ratings?
Yeah, you're up.
10.
Nice.
Nice.
I'll rate this with an asterisk just because I think the whole MCU is in need of a rethinking in my brain. So I've put this at the top of the MCU at a 5.7. GOG2 had a 5.6 from a few years ago. Ragnarok 5.6. So I think this whole trilogy will rise higher for sure. But for right now, I'll just leave it there. It's solid, dude. It's the best of the MCU movies by a fucking long shot. This trilogy.
I'm gonna do a 9.81.
Nice.
I don't know. There's no particular reason why it lost those decimals, but it's just awesome. Probably just because I've given out too many 10s, because I'm like a 10 ho. I'm the 10 ho of the group.
Well, at least you're not one of the 9/11 truthers.
Fair enough.
Well, the point
thankful
81
for
was the stuff you missed while you were driving.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Ben.
Exactly.
When you see it in its completion, it'll gain.
When you actually watch the movie, I think it'll be a
Touche,
10.
bro.
We'll gain the
touche,
0.19
Benny.
it
That's a
needs
good
to get
one,
up
dude.
to a 10.
I fucking
Fair
love
enough.
that. That's genius. Fine. That's great. All right, dudes.
Yep.
Cool.
What's next?
Next.
week?
Chad, what are we doing next week?
We are doing Renfeld next week.
Isn't it Renfield?
It is Renfield.
Or am I thinking? Yeah. Or am I thinking of Wrigley Field?
Oh, it is Renfield. We're doing Renfield
So
next
terrible.
week.
Okay, Renfield with our beloved Nick Snick Cage.
Nick
So
Cage.
stay tuned for that and get stoked, folks. We're having the Stallones on the 19th.
Not on the 19th.
We're
We're having Stallone's on. Full
and
stop.
get stoked, folks. We're having the Stallones back in an upcoming episode. And I can't do the math on the dates, so
We just say
that's what
next
I'm gonna
week
say.
is
In
Renfield
2
and the
weeks.
week after is...
It'll be in 2
yeah.
weeks from the time you hear this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Well, that's exciting, and I'm excited for it, and I'm sure all the fans of the show are as well.
Danny
So-
Cooksey's into it.
Dude, our new patron saint.
Christ's sakes, I really hope this isn't your first episode, Danny Cooksey.
I hope so. I hope not either.
I don't know. It was all right.
I know this is okay. All right, well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll, see you at another time.
See ya.
Toodles.
And that is going to wrap up this week's episode, folks. If you would like to support the show, there's a number of great ways you can do so. You can support us on Patreon with actual money if you want. You can tell your friends to check out the show, and you can also post a review at one of the various review repositories around the internet. And we really appreciate it. And we really appreciate all the help that you all have given us so far, just in terms of your loyalty and your love, and in some cases, your money as well. Thank you. If you'd like to check out the show notes for this episode, you can do so in your podcast app of choice or at our website, ebd.fm/219. As always, follow us on social media. We use the handle at EBD Podcast, and we spend pretty much all our time on Instagram, even though I myself have not been on there in quite a while. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We'll see you next week for Renfield.
I'm on
So long for now,
Instagram.
folks.
I go there.
Go see Chad on Instagram.
I'm happy to hang with you.
Rah, rah.
Shish Goomba.
One for C-Lab, 2 for Troy Eagle, 3 for Wolverine to round out the trio in this episode. Everybody dies.
Beady, beady, beady. Stop into it.
In the end, we shall achieve in time the thing they call divine. When all the stars will smile for me. When all is well and will is all for all and forever after. But maybe in the meantime, wait and see. Love beyond you. Lands are green and skies are blue. But all in all, we're just like you. We love beyond you. When I cry for me, I cry for you. With tears of holy joy, for all the days have still to come. And if I ever say I'd never play or fly toward the sun, maybe in the meantime something song. Love beyond you. my love to the future.